Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Renee and today we are going to talk about my August TBR. So there's a few things about my August TBR that I want to talk about. One is I have a couple of books that I'm reading to fulfill my 2022 reading challenge that I had spoken about in a previous video. And then there are all the books that I will be reading in August. I will be counting towards a readathon that Jade from JD Ray Reads, I think that's her handle, is doing in August, which is a polarathon. So some proceeds will go towards saving the polar bears, which is really cool. So it's you count the pages and every 100 pages counts as one fish that you've caught or something like that. It sounds really cool. I will link her video down below. So let's get into my August TBR. The first book that I have here is Super Fudge by Judy Blume. So this book is on my TBR to fulfill one of my reading prompts in my 2022 reading challenge. This book will cover a book that was published in the year you were born. So I was born in 1980 and the first publication of this book came out in 1980. So I will be reading Super Fudge by Judy Blume. Honestly, I have never read one of her books. So it says, one fudge is enough. Farley Drexel Hatcher, that's a fun name, otherwise known as Fudge, plans to be a bird when he grows up. As far as his older brother Peter is concerned, Fudge will grow up to be a big pain. Dealing with Fudge has been hard enough, but now Peter has a whole new set of problems. His parents have decided to move to New Jersey for a whole year. What's more, Peter's mom is going to have a new baby. How will Peter survive if the new baby becomes a carbon copy of Fudge? Now, I'm not certain. I think this is like not the first book in a series, so I'm hoping it'll be okay. But I just have way too many books on my to read plan for 2022 to go back and read whatever might come before this. So I'm just gonna give it a try. So Super Fudge by Judy Blume is the first one. The next one is The Art of Running Away by Sabrina Kleckner. This is a new book that I had ordered for my middle school library and it sounds really interesting. So it says, 12-year-old Maisie is an artist. I'm sorry if you can hear my son's music, but I really wanted to get this recorded. When she's in front of her sketchbook or apprenticing at Glenna's Portraits, the family-run art shop her grandmother started, the whole world makes sense. She doesn't think about Callum, her brother, who mysteriously left home and cut ties with the family 6 years ago, or her parents' insistence that she broaden her horizons and try something new, something that isn't art. But when Glenna's Portraits falls on hard times, Maisie's plan to take over the shop when she's older and become a lifelong artist starts to crumble. In desperation to make things right, Maisie runs away to London to reconnect with her adult brother, hoping he might be the key to saving the shop. But as Maisie learns about her family's past from Callum, she starts to rethink everything she's ever known. Maisie must decide not only if saving her family's art shop is worth it, but if she can forgive her parents for the mistakes they've made. This is a really cool cover. I really like that. So that sounds really good. So that's another book. The next book is Coop Knows the Scoop by Taryn Saunders. Okay. The whole town is talking, and it's up to Coop to find the truth. A little rhyme there. Windy Bottom, Georgia, that's a fun town, is usually a peaceful place. Coop helps his mom at her cafe and bookstore, hangs out with his grandpa, and bikes around with his friends, Justice and Liberty. The town is full of all kinds of interesting people, and no one has ever caused a big problem until now. When the link to a cold case mystery is discovered beneath the playground, everyone is eager to solve it, but somehow Coop's grandpa is taking all the blame. It seems like there are a lot of secrets buried in their small town after all. Will Coop and his friends get to the bottom of the mystery and clear Grandpa's name before it's too late? So that one sounds fun too. Okay, the next one, When Life Gives You Mangoes by Kareen Gettin. It's kind of a fun colored cover. Sorry, our library sticker goes right over her face. Okay, so it says, I remember some things. I remember when Gaine, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, is a good friend and when she is not. I remember what happened a few weeks ago, even last month, even some things last year. I remember that my name is Clara D. Henson, and I remember I am 12 years old. I know I live on a small island that tourists call exotic. I know I used to love surfing every morning with Papa while Papa went fishing. But I don't do that anymore. Something happened that made me forget everything that happened last summer. So that is When Life Gives You Mangoes. Okay, this book, Hot Dog Girl by Jennifer Dugan. This is a YA. The others have been middle grade. So this book is going to fulfill a prompt of a coming of age story on my 2022 book challenge. So it says, there are worse things in the world than being a hot dog. Probably? Eloise, or Lou, Parker is determined to have the absolute best, most impossibly epic summer of her life. There are just a few things standing in her way. 1, she's landed a job at Magic Castle Playland as a giant dancing hot dog. 2, her crush, the dreamy diving pirate Nick, already has a girlfriend who is literally the princess of the park, but Lou's never liked anyone, guy or otherwise, this much before, and now she wants a chance at her own happily ever after. 3, her best friend Celie, the carousel operator, has always been up for anything, but she's decidedly not on board when it comes to Lou's quest to set her up with the perfect girl or Lou's scheme to get close to Nick. And 4, and it turns out that this will be their last summer at Magic Castle Playland ever, unless she can find a way to stop it from closing. Jennifer Dugan's sparkling debut coming-of-age queer romance stars a princess, a pirate, and a hot dog, and a carousel operator who find love and themselves in unexpected people and unforgettable places. I've heard mixed reviews of this, but I like to think that I am an easy critic on books, movies, TV shows. I kind of like a bunch of things. So I am excited to give this a try. Look at that. How to dress up as a hot dog at a, what are those called? Amusement park. And the last book on my TBR, this is also going to fulfill a prompt on my 2022 reading challenge for reading a memoir, and that is Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson. So this book, which is, it's written in verse, is it shares what it was like for Jacqueline Woodson to grow up in the 60s and 70s in both the north and south of New York. Well, actually, scratch that, just north and south. So she was raised in South Carolina and later in Brooklyn, New York. Woodson often felt halfway home in each place and describes the reality of living with the remnants of Jim Crow and her growing awareness of the civil rights movement. In the South, kids teased her and her siblings about their northern way of talking, and in Brooklyn, being a Jehovah's Witness meant following rules their friends didn't understand. But through all their journeying, there was always one constant, a deep family love and pride that made Woodson stand up a little taller and shine a little brighter. Her eloquent poetry also describes the joy of finding her voice through writing, something she always loved to do despite the fact that she struggled in school. Readers will delight in witnessing her growing love of stories and her funny, touching experiments in storytelling as she exhibits the first sparks of a writer she was to become. When was this published? I know this book has been around for a while. 2014, or was there an earlier? I don't know, maybe it was just 2014. I wanted to say that this was around longer, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know if it was out longer than 2014. So I'm excited to try this. And I don't know, I've been working on, I don't know what's been wrong with me. I've been kind of in a little reading funk. I've been working on a book that has been highly recommended by many people. It's called Love in Other Words. I'm liking it, but I haven't gotten very far on it, and I've been working at it for a while. I'll pick it up and then I just get tired early, and so then I put it down. So I'm hoping that on the side I can get that one finished as well. So that is my August TBR, and yeah, next month, August, the end of the month, I head back to work. So it feels like summer went so fast, but it's always good to get back into the library, back with the students. We have, teachers and staff have maybe 2.5 weeks without the students to kind of do some staff development stuff and get all of our rooms ready. So it'll be good to get back at it. And I always put up a poster of all the books that I read and or listened to in the summer, so kids get some recommendations off of that list. So I can't wait to get back. It'll be nice. So I hope all of you have a wonderful August, and let me know in the comments what you are reading for the month of August. Until next time, bye.